Hola mis estudiantes. Our topic for today is going to be the verb gustar. Now, when we're reviewing the verb gustar, for some reason or another, this verb gives several of my students some issues. So make sure that you write down any questions that you have as we're going through your notes. Let's get started. So, el verbo gustar. Alright, remember we use gustar to talk about what people like. Either things they like to do or just items that they like. So it literally means to be pleasing to. But that sounds kind of funny in English, doesn't it? So for example, me gusta correr, I like to run, is how we would say that in English. But in Spanish, literally it translates to running pleases me, or to run pleases me. There we go. So, we only use two conjugations of our verb gustar, either gusta or gustan. So let's talk through when we use gusta. We use gusta when we like one thing. For example, me gusta el parque, I like the park. Or we use gusta when we talk about activities that we like. So notice those actions, those activities are going to be verbs, and they are going to stay in the infinitive form. Me gusta correr, leer, estudiar. Notice that I'm giving a list of activities that I like to do, but it's always going to be gusta. Whereas gustan is, we use that on the plural form when we're talking about more than one thing. So notice, look at those examples. Me gustan los frijoles. Notice los frijoles is plural, and we know that by the los as well as the ending of frijol. Or we can say les gustan la naranja, el postre y la fruta. When we're given a list of singular items, we are also going to use gustan. So notice the difference between our uses of gusta and gustan. Alright, I'm going to have to move me again. So remember, the verb gustar agrees with the object that it follows, not the person that's doing the liking. So the person doesn't have anything to do with whether it's gusta or gustan. Okay? So, let's see if I can stay out of the way here. Ah, yes, there we go. So I would like for you to decide if you would use gusta or gustan based on those activities or items. So go ahead and hit pause, and we will check your answers here shortly. Alright. Número uno, los maestros would be gustan, because notice los maestros is plural. Practicar deportes. It is going to be gusta, because we're working with an action, an activity, a verb. Practicar. Okay. Número tres, la mujer. We're going to use gusta, because that's a singular item. It's a person. As you saw in the example, los frijoles is plural, so it would be gustan. And then finally, estudiar is gusta, because it's an action, it's a verb. Alright. So, let's continue to build on our verb gustar. So here are the indirect object pronouns we use with gustar, so we know who the subject is. So these are indirect object pronouns, and we're going to work with these a couple times throughout the year. So, me is I. Let's go through all of them. Alright. Me, te, le, nos, os, and les. So those are our indirect object pronouns. That le could be he, she, or you formal. Okay. There we go. We're going to use what we like to call the a phrase to emphasize or clarify who we are talking about, right? So I can't just say yo me gusta. It doesn't work like that. So, a mí, let's go through all of them. A mí me gusta. A ti te gusta. That could be a él, a ello, or a él, a ella, a usted. A nosotros, a nosotras, a vosotros, a vosotras, a ellos, a ellas, a ustedes. Those are all possible options for your, your off phrase. There we go. And then notice that if you're including someone's name, you must include the a phrase as well. So go ahead and put that in that little arrow. Remember, if you're including someone's name, you're going to use that a phrase as well. So I would like for you, got a couple practice activities for you. For the first three, I would like for you to fill in, or the first two, I would like for you to fill in the blank with the correct object pronoun, indirect object pronoun. And then for the last three, I would like for you to fill in with the correct conjugation of gustar. So there's your practice. Hit pause and we will go over your answers shortly. Alright, if it's he likes, then it's going to be le gusta. If it's we like, it would be nos gustan las verduras. A Ana le gusta correr, because correr, to run, is an action. Le gustan los estudiantes. And notice that le there is ambiguous. We're not quite sure who that subject is without any context. So that's why, like for number 4, it is important that we use that a phrase. And then finally, number 5, te gustan el chico y el perro. Notice we've got gustan because I'm giving a list of items. So please make sure that you jot down any questions that you have. We're going to be working with gustar quite a bit in the next couple days. But it's something that is a phrase that used a lot. So I want to make sure that you're comfortable with how to use it. Alright, gracias!